2012. Now, I want to set the record straight on the video I made yesterday on this page, InfoWarrior 991 and We the People 991. I'm not nominating Mitt Romney for president. That is just what the media, I'm explaining in an absurdist way, what the media is telling us. Because that's what basically they told us after Santorum dropped out yesterday. Saying, well, Romney looks like the nominee and we can just all close it up and make it a two-man race. And Newt Gingrich is most likely to drop out soon anyway. And they don't talk about Ron Paul still. I saw it on Special Report last night with Brett Baer saying Newt Gingrich, Ron Paul left. Charles Kramer, Stephen Hayes talk about Newt Gingrich, but now Ron Paul. You know, the obvious blackout is there. I just wanted to explain it in a sarcastic way in that title. Now, for the same video on my other channel, I used a different title saying Goldman Sachs is smiling. Now, because Goldman Sachs has bought off both Obama and Romney. Romney's top donor is Goldman Sachs. One of Obama's top donors is Goldman Sachs. So it's like a Don King boxing match where he owns both fighters and he wins no matter what. This is what it has come to now in this election, where it doesn't matter who wins, because we're going down the same path to tyranny and oppression. And some people still won't understand that, or never will. And all you conservatives out there think Romney's going to be the solution, wait until Election Day, because he will lose against Obama head-to-head. He does not have the evangelical vote or the youth vote, including me, in that youth vote category, 18 to 25, because he will not get the youth vote from Ron Paul, because most of it's going to him. And the evangelicals won't vote for him because he's a Mormon and all the religious aspect involved with that. Now, the Ron Holland article, LouRockwell.com, I'll title this Third Party Danger Zone or something like that. Because it was the idea of a third party that Ron Paul could do after the convention when they don't nominate him with the amount of delegates, or just completely take him out of the equation entirely. But it could be disastrous in the other direction with a third party saying I'm not going with the conservative line, but that's what they would say. Well, you mean Obama's going to win the election? But I'm saying it doesn't matter anyway. And there was a great video, I'll post it up on my channel, on my favorites channel, and on this link in this video, talking about the response to a conservative saying, well, a vote for Romney might as well be a vote for Obama. Something like that, along that category. And saying, it doesn't matter if we lose or not, it's all based on our integrity, paraphrasing that quote from a Facebook page. Because I can understand that, because it's not about voting for the lesser of two evils anymore. That game is over. It's about voting for the right candidate, and that's obviously not Romney by any standards at all. The candidate for liberty and freedom, and articulating that message. Obviously, Romney talks the talk, but he doesn't walk the walk on liberty and freedom. And that's obviously shown with his support that he lacks in size of crowds. And this guy wrote a good article, Ron Holland, about the history of third-party runs and how they have failed to get less than a few percentage points of the vote. I'm not saying he should run third-party, but he should seriously consider it. Because the Republicans aren't going to elect him. They're not going to allow him to be in that category anymore, in that tent of the GOP. But they know the fire and support, the hardcore support of Ron Paul supporters, because they're so being nice to us now. And they're trying to put a carrot in front of our faces and say, take the carrot, as an offer. Now, what I disagree with in that article is the idea of he's going to be in some cabinet position as Treasury Secretary, or Rand Paul be Vice President, or Paul himself. That is not going to happen. I know most Ron Paul supporters would never vote for that ticket. I sure as hell would never vote for that ticket. I don't care what offer he gives him or not. Because this is Romney we're talking about, where he gets his top 3 donors from big banks, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Credit Suisse. Now, why would you think he would go after the Fed or stop this foreign policy of insanity overseas just to get Ron Paul elected? He could say whatever the hell he wants, and it doesn't matter. I know, exposing him ad nauseum with videos, Operation Expose Mitt Romney, Newt Gingrich, serial hypocrisy, Newt Gingrich deception, all of them, saying they're not going to say all of a sudden, they're going to all of a sudden turn some constitutional, saying let's all hit the Fed and get out of these wars overseas. That's not going to happen like that. I don't think it ever will happen. They'll just use that, they'll just say they'll do that as an excuse to get Ron Paul or anybody else on the VP ticket. I would never vote for that ticket. Just in my heart, in my conscience of Romney's background and positions, I would not vote for that ticket. No way, no how. When hell freezes over, I would vote for that ticket. Because I know most Paul supporters who don't understand about the left-right paradigm yet, about how such a fraud Romney is, because it said 4 years ago he's not going to focus on the Fed in the Larry Kudlow interview. I'll put the link up here. He's for gun control. He's for abortion. Then he was against it. He was for it. Now he's against it. And now he's all of a sudden a conservative. He put in Romney Care, which is the blueprint for Obama's plan that is in the Supreme Court working right now for its constitutional uphold it. Or not, or strike it down, or parts of it, whatever. To understand about this election, saying we'd rather lose than have him on a VP ticket and get in some fold and compromise in some silly position in his administration. Because he is the opposite of Ron Paul himself. He can say whatever he wants, but he's not going to be a constitutionalist overnight. And I think Paul knows that, and most supporters will never vote for that, including me. And they know that. But they don't want him to be president, but they want that vote, the youth vote, that compromises about 16-20% of the vote, which will vote for Ron Paul majority-wise. So last word, either Ron Paul or nobody. No Paul equals no vote in November.